What is up, everybody? Welcome back to Unplugged and Uncut, the news source for sports news and entertainment. You are live with your boy Unique, and today we're going to get into the Golden State Warriors and San Antonio Spurs summer league game. I'm going to give you my top 5 performers from the Spurs and how this game broke down in my view and what we got to look forward to. Before I get started, if you haven't taken the time to hit that subscribe button, make sure you do. I am giving away that PlayStation 5 disc edition with the game of your choice. All you got to do to be entered to win is be an active subscriber and leave comments in the comment section. But without further ado, let's get into the Golden State Warriors win over the San Antonio Spurs, 86-85. Right off the jump from the first tip-off, to me, the San Antonio Spurs looked small. James Wiseman gets the lob pass, spectacular. And go figure, they only won by 1 point. So the keys to this game, I do believe, were the turnovers. At the end, the Spurs started turning the ball over a little bit more. Now, overall, they didn't have too many total turnovers, but they were costly and timely. So they had a 16 as a team, which isn't too bad for a summer league game. But the timing of those turnovers were real costly, and that's why they wound up losing this game. However, I loved the energy and effort that I saw from a few of the players, and we're going to get into our top 5 Spur performers. So coming in at number 5 was kind of a hard spot because the bottom 2 definitely weren't as good as the top 3 performers on the Spurs. And you could really give that 5th spot to a number of players. I almost gave it to Jordan Hall. I almost gave it to DJ Stewart for his ability just to come in, play minimal minutes, and impact the game. However, the 5th spot in this game is going to go to Dominic Barlow. He was only 1 of 2 for 4 points, 5 rebounds, 1 assist, but the man had 2 block shots and played big for the Spurs. His 4 turnovers were very costly. However, this kid is still very young, and he flashes a ton of potential. You got to like what you're seeing from Dominic Barlow. He is a forward standing up against centers like James Wiseman. He was pretty impressive in this game. Not the best game, but kind of what you expect for a summer league player who was not drafted to be starting. So that's why he's coming in at the 5th spot, grabbing those 2 blocks and playing some pretty good solid defense for most of the game. Coming in at the number 4 spot, I got Joshua Primo, Maine. The game 1, he was the number 2 player. This game, he kind of fell back a little bit, guys. He went 2 for 15 from the field. He was struggling. 1 for 5 from 3. He was struggling. Heck, you could even say 5 for 9 from the free throw line. He was struggling today. But he still put up 10 points, 5 boards, and a team-high 4 assists. And he has another block in this game. He did have 3 turnovers, the second highest on the team. However, the 4 assists are important as he led the team in assists for the second game. Now, you could say he tied with Blake Wesley last game, but Blake Wesley didn't have any assists this game, and Josh Primo continued to show that he can get his team or his teammates involved. So that's why Josh Primo's holding down that 4th spot. Coming in at the 3rd spot, we got a surprise. The big man, Josh Carlton, and he played big. He used his whole 6'10", 240, 250-pound frame to play today. I was very impressed with Josh Carlton and his size. He went 3 for 6, 50% from the field, had 10 points, 11 rebounds, 2 assists, and a steal. He was active on the offensive glass. I think this kid had 7 offensive rebounds. That is big time, and he just looks like the biggest Spur on the court from my vantage point in Summer League. I don't know what you guys are seeing on the screen, but just looking down at the court, this kid looks like the biggest Spur on the court, and he played big. You can't knock 7 offensive rebounds. That is getting after it. Shout out to Josh Carlton. Was really close to getting to that number 2 spot, but man, Darius Days He is continuing to impress me. I feel like they got to find a way to get this kid into the Summer League starting lineup. Darius Days is our number 2 player. He came in 5 of 11, 2 of 6 from 3, finished with 17 points, 13 rebounds off the bench. He only played 23 minutes and grabbed you 13 rebounds. That is gobbling up the boards. 1 assist, 2 steals. And once again, they got to find a way to get this kid in the starting lineup. He might have been the number 1 player if he started, but he's not. But Darius Days had an awesome game. He's got a really good looking shot. He stands about 6'7", 6'8"-ish, so he's got some nice height on him too. This kid can play, watch out. Darius Days, let's try and find a way to get him into the starting lineup. Which leads us to the number 1 player. The number 1 player, back-to-back games. I have been highly impressed with Blake Wesley. 7 of 20 overall, 4 for 7 from downtown. He's on fire from 3 in the Summer League. He finishes with 22 points, 5 rebounds. He tied Josh Primo with those 3 turnovers. However, he has just been absolutely the best player on the floor for both nights. That is correct. He's just been the best player. He's the most aggressive. He's bringing the most energy. He's flying around. And I have been highly impressed. I know the shooting numbers can be better, and we're not really judging them off the shooting numbers. We're really more judging them off the will to take the shot. You can't make a shot you're not willing to take. And that is kind of scaring me with Malachi Brannon. He's not taking enough shots. You can only make the shots you take. Like, I'm not going to knock Josh Primo for going 2 for 15. And that's why he made it on this list, because he found ways to do other things, even when his shot wasn't going. However, he was not scared to shoot the basketball. Malachi Brannon, you're going to have to be more aggressive. The Spurs could really use your offense. And in a 1-point game, man, you don't need more than 6 buckets. That's not even 6 buckets. That's 6 points. You made 1 shot and 3 free throws in almost 30 minutes of action. So that's very interesting and a trend to watch. Is Blake Wesley going to outshine Malachi Brannon? It's quite possible. Blake Wesley has that dog in him. He's going to go out there and compete with reckless abandonment. This kid's going all out. He's not cutting nobody no slack. You don't care if you're on his team, he's coming at you. And if you're on the other team, he is definitely coming at you. Watch out. And once again, guys, I am okay with a few of his shots getting blocked. Zion Williamson in his first 80-something games has had his shot blocked more than anybody. He still has a 60% shooting field goal percentage, which is highly impressive. So even if you get your shot blocked, I'm okay with that. That's going to help you learn as a player where not to put the basketball so it doesn't get blocked as much. Maybe you got to hit him with a clutch, a double pump, reverse, wrap around. Maybe instead of going for that shot, it's time to pass it out. But Blake Wesley's aggressiveness and not being scared to get that shot blocked allowed him to get and rack up 22 points. A lot of players get their shot blocked and they're deterred. They're scared. Blake Wesley's like, what? I'm about to climb Mount Rushmore one more time. So I really have been impressed with this kid, and I would have loved to see him play with Jeremy Sohan. I think the Spurs got something special there. Watch out. The kid out of Notre Dame can ball. So those are my top 5 Spurs, guys. What do you think? Do you think I got the order right? Are you shocked that we haven't seen more out of Malachi Brannon like I am? Or are you okay with what you've seen? It is just the Summer League. However, you can learn a lot from the Summer League. The things you want to watch for and the things that I watch for are the ability to make and take shots, not being scared, not being scared of that moment. I don't really harp on turnovers too much because it is the Summer League. And overall, they didn't do too bad with 16 turnovers in the game. So that's really not that bad. And I'm really not going to harp on the assist numbers because it's Summer League and they're just learning to play with each other. The biggest things to take away is, can you get separation when you're in a one-on-one situation? Do you know how to drive and kick? Can you execute that? How do you do in the pick and roll? So you just want to judge the smaller things, not the whole game. Their unconscious ability just to take shots. I like that Josh Primo was still aggressive with his shot, even though he didn't make a lot. I absolutely love that because that's how you're going to make those shots, by taking them. You can't make a shot you don't take. So Primo, my hat is off to you even in a bad shooting game. You chipped in 5 boards, 4 assists, and a good block. I appreciate that type of effort and that type of hustle. In fact, Josh Primo finished with a +1. Even though they lost by 1, Josh Primo in the starting lineup finished with a ± a +1. Very impressive. Excellent game. And I can't wait to see the next game. The Spurs were right there. Golden State Warriors just wasn't having that. Jonathan Kaminga, ooh-wee, McClung, where did this kid come from? Oh my, some of the, ooh. And that's what I'm talking about. McClung was doing exactly what we were talking about, where you might have to adjust the shot around in the air. This kid was making some amazing layups, some sick passes. Wow. James Wiseman was very impressive and only played 20 minutes. I like the way Golden State staggered his minutes, let him get used to running again. This kid is an amazing talent and makes Golden State scary. Having a 7-foot monster coming up with Kaminga and Moses Moody, watch out. Yes, sir. We even saw an expert. Quindary Witherspoon did pretty good. Had 11 points out there for the Golden State Warriors. So this was a really fun game. The house was rocking. Did not expect the Summer League game to get this loud, guys, but it was fun. It was a really fun game to watch and to see. So I hope everybody enjoyed this Summer League game and what they saw from the Spurs. We'll take it with a grain of salt. We'll judge what we see and get ready for the next game. But that's all we got for this episode. I cannot wait to hear what everybody has to say about this one. Sorry, my voice is just a little bit scratchy. We was up all night recording and getting ready. We have a few other shows that didn't make it out last night because we was all talking about the Spurs and the Golden State Warriors game. So expect those coming out later today. And that's all your boy got for now. But we out. Peace.